2,000% increase. And in fact, I can show you here, 2,200% increase. But that's essentially fake, because it's not an increase in price. It's just a reduction in float. So there's no reason why this should move very much. It did, however, trade a little bit in the pre-market, kind of consolidated, and then just as the market opened, it started making a move. And that's when I started taking a trade, and I made some profit. And then, unfortunately, I didn't get filled on this one fully. I only got filled 500 shares out of 3,000. So my profit here was maybe $150 or something. And as you can see here, I cut my losses. Let me zoom in a bit. I cut my losses as it was coming down. Then, of course, I could have waited a little bit longer, maybe, seeing that volume was decreasing. Actually, it was not decreasing yet. There was another example today where volume was decreasing and the price was dropping. So I could have held on to it, but I didn't. In any case, I got out here cutting my losses, which was smart, even though it did rise again. And then I did one bad trade where I bought 3,000 shares here, expecting it to break high of day. But it doesn't, and as it doesn't do that, I get out as fast as I can. And as you can see, that was a good decision, because it does flush quite quickly after that. Now, I did do this trade here later on where I was thinking, okay, let me see if it bounces back off this. I'm going to go into this in a little bit before I explain this. Let me go back to the general market outline. So, as I said, it was a big tug of war between buyers and sellers. And the other thing that was happening, which made it really difficult to trade, was there were very big spreads. Now, a spread, what is a spread? A spread is the difference between the offers, or what is this, the requests and the offers. So the bid and the ask. If you look at in level 2. So here you have 20 cents. That's already quite a big range, or quite a big spread. And these spreads are common today. There are a lot of spreads like that. We're going to see it in the video more clearly when we see the live trading. But you can see that there's easily 20-30 cent differences, which made it extremely difficult to get your orders filled. If you look at my order list today, there's so many canceled orders, and the reason for that is that I just couldn't get filled. I canceled, and then eventually I got filled. But it was extremely difficult, especially in the beginning of the day. So yes, that was very difficult. That made trading today very difficult. I had to play a completely different game, because if it's such a tug of war, there's lots of ranges. Here this is an example. It's not really the best example, but there are quite a few examples like this. You can see here it touches this bottom 3 times, right? This level of roughly 760. Yeah, roughly 760. It touches it, and then it bounces off. It touches it again, it bounces off. It touches it again, it almost bounces off again. So this was a range, and so my strategy today was to find this range, buy the bottom, and sell the top, right? And as you can see here, I tried it here, although that was too late, because it eventually broke this support level to the downside, and I just bought in again, which was a bad decision, which was my FOMO. So let's not go into this. I was just not being very smart here. But let's focus instead on the idea of trading in ranges. There were a lot of stocks today that did this, that had like very strong intraday support and resistance. And I did some trades which went well, and some trades that did not go so well. It's a completely different game, and it has some risk to it. What did I want to mention? I forgot what I wanted to mention. This is not good. Yeah, I forgot what I wanted to say. I'm sorry. Talking about trading in ranges, but this is the name of the game today. This kind of like range going up and down, not really decisive on where to go. And in any case, I was doing okay. I was doing okay up until this last trade here, which could potentially bring me into the red. Right now, I'm still green, even if I resolve this right now. But yeah, I mentioned this a couple of times already. Let's hope it goes up a little bit and doesn't break down anymore. Then I'm still green. So generally, I'm still doing okay, but it was very difficult to trade. And this just shows, this example here just shows how important cutting losses it is. I've had this in the last two, like yesterday and the day before, where I bought into this in just an emotional buy and hoping, essentially it's a hopeful trade, hoping that it will bounce off that new bottom. And here, maybe I'm lucky because this is a very clear daily support level. And it bounced off it, so, and now it's creeping up. So it could still flush, and then it might flush down to this level, but that would bring me down, I don't know, like 2,000. So that's really bad. But in any case, so yeah, actually this is important. So while it was here, I was down 2 or 3,000 US dollars, an unrealized profit. And if I had just gotten out here, oh, now I remember what I wanted to say. Oh my God, yes. So let me continue. Had I gotten out here, I would have, cut my loss real quickly, and I did that today on these trades here, which we'll see in the video, NDRA and SEEL. They looked like moves. This one didn't resolve at all, so I cut my loss immediately, and you will see that. Actually, this is the one here I already showed you. No. Oh no, sorry, no, it was this one? No, okay, I didn't show you yet. My apologies. But anyway, I cut my loss, and that was good because it flushed right after. And SEAL, same thing here. I took profits, and then as it was coming down, I sold, breaking even, and that was a good decision because after that it flushed. So sometimes it comes back, and then you can make money. But look at this. Look at how long it took and how indecisive it was, up and down and up and down. It's really risky, and yesterday it went, and Friday it went to really, really low for me, really badly. So cutting your losses is super important. This just shows how important it is. And the other realization that I can take from today's trading is that, I started careful and that was good, but in the end, it was still my emotions taking over. So, take this as a lesson. Maybe you can control your emotions better, but just be aware that this is a risk. Your emotions are still a risk. Okay, now without further ado, let's go into the video and go through it quite quickly. And I explain more about level 2, the spread. Here, look at this spread. It's 60 cents. That's an insane spread. That's a really big spread. So, this is really bad. And there are lots of situations like this today. Anyway, so you saw here that as this was breaking out, I got in there for a scalp, and here I only got filled half, and I tried to sell, and I didn't get filled on these orders, and that was happened so often today. Finally, here I got filled because now the spread is a lot closer, and as it was coming down, I sell. Okay, now it takes a couple of minutes before I take the next trade. We should be looking at not Orgo, OPTT. Oh, I'm still trading this one again. Yes, another OPTT trade. And here you see I got filled on 3,000 shares, but it didn't resolve, and I cut my losses, and I made this amount a loss. So even though I was up in green before, this brought me down to the red quickly. And as you can see, that was a good decision to get out here because it just flushed way lower, almost $1 lower there. I mean, like, this is 80 cents or something lower. So this is way lower. So it was a good decision to get out here. All right, now the next trade is in at 12 minutes, so we're like 1 minute away. And it's going to be BPTH. Where do we have it? BPTH, not yet. I'm not looking at it yet. BPTH, here we go. Here I'm looking at it. So yeah, I was, as I said, this was flushed. I don't know if I mentioned this. Let me go back to the chart to go over this real quick in case I don't think I did. No, I didn't mention this. BPTH, I traded quite a lot recently. Did a really nice move here pre-market. You can see like a very strong move to the upside. And this looked really nice. But then, just before the market opened, it did this huge flush here. Now this is not a good sign, but it opens an opportunity for a potential red to green move. So I was watching it here, and as you can see here, it's not too decisive. It's coming up a little bit, going down, coming up. Indecision candle. Here, a lot of like indecisive candles. I was watching it here. I didn't really take a trade. And then as this was happening, because this is a big indecision candle, a perfect indecision candle, and it resolves to the high side. Had I watched, I probably would have gotten in around here, and that would have been a very nice trade. What is this? 32.50 to 37. I mean, that's a very big move, right? But I wasn't watching it, so I missed this move. And then, excuse me, and then as it did reach this level, I got in here because it showed strength. Volume was increasing, as you can see here, and price was still rising quickly. So I got in for a quick scalp. Now the next one was an indecision candle, so that is a sign. Okay, maybe it's not coming. And oh, I forgot to mention one thing. Oh my God, this is so difficult. I forgot to talk about the thing that I remembered is about orders not getting filled. Okay, let me finish this real quick. I probably tried to sell here, and then anyway, I did sell in this area for a small profit, and then I made another risky trade here, and I cut my losses halfway here as it didn't resolve. And then it almost reached a little bit. It reached a little bit higher again, but I couldn't get filled here, and then I saw this as a range, so I added here within this range, thinking that this is going to be another bounce off this very clear support level. In fact, yeah. So I tried this order a lot of times, and it didn't get filled. At first, I set it to 34.50, which is around this level, and I didn't get filled. And then I set it up to a little bit higher, 34.78, and I did get filled on the way down. Now I added down here because I will show you in the video. Yeah, it's better in the video. The level 2 indicated that this is going to be the bottom. I'll explain this in more detail in the video. But the one thing I really forgot to mention, and that's important, is here. I talked about cutting losses right here. So I got in this trade hoping it would go back to the higher end of this range. Now it didn't. And as I saw this struggling, I tried to sell in this range a couple of times. But because the spread was 30 cents or more, I didn't get filled. And that's extremely frustrating. And then it suddenly broke this support level and it flushed down and found a new support level, I figured. So I got in. It got up a little bit. I didn't get filled here. And then it goes down, and I'm still in this right now, hoping it'll come back up. So yeah, sorry, I forgot to mention this before, but this is what happened. The spread was very high. Here, 13 cents is okay, but this is also a little bit high. Here, 40 cents. Look at that. 40 cents. That's quite high. So very difficult. So let's see. So here you can see, yeah, canceled. Already you can see a lot of canceled orders because I didn't get filled. Now eventually I got filled. Here another sell order I didn't get filled. I canceled it, and then I had to use the manual. Essentially, like usually I use the hotkeys, right? But my hotkey is, for example, ask plus 3 cents or something. Actually, for buying, I think it's bid plus 3 cents or plus 5 cents. But if the spread is 30 cents, then you're not going to get filled, right? And the same thing for selling. I think my selling is ask minus 5 cents. But again, if the spread is 30 cents, you're not going to get filled. So this was bad. So then eventually I have to use the right click cover position, which essentially is the same thing as putting the order in here. I could just do it like that, which would actually be faster probably. But anyway, it's a manually filled in order, which takes more time. Okay. Now, here you saw that I just explained for a quick small profit of $400. It's quite a good profit actually. And then I get in again and didn't trade so well. In the end, it does go up actually, and I do make a good trade out of it, but it takes a while. It takes a long time until this happens. Okay, and now at 19, VVPR. Where is VVPR? Here. Yes. So I saw this jumping. This was a momentum stock. So I thought, okay, this has some momentum. Let me get into this. Um, and here, yeah, this is where volume is decreasing and price is decreasing, but it's holding this level quite well. So I think I get out here eventually. I think I get out. Yeah, I got out with a little bit, but again, I get canceled. I don't get filled on the first one, and I cancel. And sorry, I make another order. It doesn't fill, and then I have to wait it out. So, but here actually volume decreasing and price decreasing, but basically holding stable is a good sign. Actually, I should have held on. I didn't realize this in the moment. I mean, I was holding on, but I didn't realize that this was actually not looking too bad. And here it's coming back, and I don't know where, if I sell here. I was thinking of BPTH. I was taking care of BPTH, selling a little bit here. Yeah. What am I doing with VVPR here? Oh, yeah, VVPR. It eventually goes higher, and then I do sell for a small profit, I believe. But it takes a long time. What speed is this? This is 8x. It's actually fast enough. So VVPR is gonna break in a while. You can see there's not much going on, right? I'm holding 3 positions at the same time, but that's because the market is moving quite slowly. And BPTH, I think this is when it, yeah, I just filled this order and then it flushes. So nothing happening here. 35, let's move to 30, 39. So yeah, here you see this breaking resistance. Oh yeah, I have to mention, not this, I have to mention this here. Okay, let me go back again. All right, now here, what do you see? We see 34.81 or 68 or 65, and then the next buy order is at 32.38. So as soon as it breaks, or as these buyers get bought off, then it will drop $2. But then after that, there's not really much going on here, and also here there's not much going on. So because there's very few buyers and very few sellers, I'm not too afraid about this one, about adding into here, because right as I added it here, it starts coming up again. So we're coming to a level where I'm potentially making profits. Now it's still looking bad. Here, VVPR, coming back to this one, as I said, volume and the price seem to go in concordance. When here the price seemed to bottom, volume was decreasing, and that's a good thing. And then as volume picks up again, price increases again. And we see this, and eventually it breaks this previous high, and I sell for a profit. Now here, on the other hand, this one, PPTH, OPTT, 1001. You see OPTT, I was trying to get out in this range and I couldn't, and then it drops. So that's pretty bad. Okay, anyway, here, this is another level which was holding strong because there's just no sellers. This is a little bit of speculation, but it's speculation based on level 2 data. There's not a lot of sellers here, and there's slowly buyers coming in. So this can really only go up. And here again, a sell order, and it doesn't get filled. See, super frustrating, super frustrating. VVPR 450. I think I'll take another trade eventually, which goes red, which gives back this profit. Let me see. Yeah, exactly. I get in too early. I'll show you this in a second. It's going to be, where is it? 53 in a couple of minutes. Here, canceled. This is the story today, and this is really bad when the market is like this. Okay, there's nothing going on here. Let me go to 53. Yeah, here finally BPTH I sold for a decent profit, 1,700, as it was coming up, and I did get filled well, here I didn't get filled, but then eventually I got filled, and that was good. And here I took an early trade. Let me go back a little bit so you can see this. So I was thinking that this one has bottomed, but actually it was too early because it hadn't bottomed. It hadn't turned around yet. I was thinking going for a red to green move, and this was too early. This would have been the time to get in there, and even that one would have been red actually. So you know, it would have been the same thing. But the point is, when you realize your mistake, cut losses quickly. What's this? NDRA. Oh yeah. Another scalp that I hoped was going to work out, and I took a couple of profits here, and then as it broke down, and now it's damage control. So here I sell here to at least, you know, not lose too much. I give back all my profit and I lose a bit more, but that was a good decision because look what happens next. Bam, it flushes. So cut my losses quickly, and that was a good decision. The only thing I didn't do that, the only stock I didn't do that with today was this one. Okay, now let me move on to 103. Yeah, there's nothing going on for the next hour almost. 148. Okay, we're looking at Seal here. And Seal had been, as you can see, zigzagging up and down. But this is a reasonable support level. So I'm buying into this support level for a scalp to maybe this level here or that level. So not too much, but maybe it breaks over 4. Well, it doesn't, right? It stops short at 392, and then it flushes. So I get out with just $60 in profit, but you know, cutting my losses quickly, which was good because after this, it flushed. Now this is the end of the video. Okay, let me finish here. This video is a little bit long. I hope you learned something, and if just keep watching your emotions when you trade, and trade only your good setups. So really focus on that, and you'll do fine. All right, guys. See you tomorrow. Have a good day.